The insurance crisis in Florida is coming to a head. Now, we have been talking about since last year how the insurance industry, the homeowners insurance industry, could sink Florida real estate, and now things are ramping up in a really big way. So let's jump right in. What is going on? Now, if you already own a home in Florida, chances are you have seen the new policy renewal information come, or the policy cancellation come in your mail. You've looked at it, and let's say that it's a renewal, and chances are that rate has increased by a minimum of 30%. Most cases we're seeing 50+% increase over the prior year for the insurance premium, and that is causing a real headache with everything else going on with inflation and gas prices going on in the world. This is causing a really big problem, and I believe it's going to ramp up before it gets better. So let's talk about what's happening right now. So we have this company called Demotech, and this is the insurance company rating company for the entire state of Florida. So what their job is to analyze the insurance companies, provide them a rating based on their worthiness to actually insure property, and that has worked reasonably well in history. But what's happening right now is that they are saying that they're going to downgrade 17 insurance companies, homeowners insurance companies in the state of Florida, from an A rating to a less than A rating. And why that's important is because if anybody has a less than A rating, that means that Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac backed mortgages will not recognize that homeowner's policy. And so what happens in that situation is that the homeowner who has this insurance company is immediately, once it gets downgraded, they're immediately required to get new insurance. Or they're going to be force-placed into the insurance by their mortgage servicing company. And we know that that is extremely expensive, and that is not a great option. So if you consider the number of Fannie Mae and Freddie backed mortgages in the entire state of Florida, when 17 companies, and keep in mind, many have gone out of business in the past few years, there are not that many companies left, but if they get downgraded, that causes a disaster, a total disaster. Now, Florida knows this, the Florida regulators understand this, and that's why this is very much unprecedented that this is even possible, because we can't have that situation in Florida or everybody just moves out of the state. I mean, let's just call it like it is, because if your homeowner's insurance goes 400% increase year over year, that's not going to be sustainable for a very long time. Now, everybody wouldn't move. That was a bit dramatic, but it would cause a mass exodus from Florida, and that's just not good for business. So what is happening now to solve this problem? Well, Florida regulators have come up with a solution that might actually work, and is being praised as this is a really great possible option. And what they're going to do is the state provided insurance company called Citizens, it's really the insurance company of last resort, they're going to use Citizens to provide what's called reinsurance to those companies, to the 17 companies that would be potentially downgraded. And if they have reinsurance, meaning they can get insurance so that they can pay on any of their claims, if they get that, then it doesn't matter what their rating is, as long as they have a 100% reinsurance rate, then Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are okay with this as a possible solution. So essentially the state is going to back up all of these insurance companies so that we don't lose the ability for Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to recognize them as viable. And so that is where it stands right now. That's still in the process of getting approved. That is a new proposed solution, but I don't still think that this has any long-term effect on the situation of the rising premiums. You know, the premiums have been going up at a substantial rate, so we've got to get competition back into the marketplace, and maybe with this reinsurance program that allows some maybe less well-funded or less well-backed companies to be able to compete against some of the other companies here. But it's just not a good situation. And keep in mind, it's been about 5 years since we've had any big storm in the state of Florida. So one hurricane that comes through, and this really could cause a significant problem for us. So I'd like to know from you, what have you seen with your homeowners insurance rates? Tell me a percentage. I want to know how much that's going up, because this is very important for us on the real estate side of the business, because that is part of the overall picture. If somebody's getting financing, they need to understand how their homeowner's insurance is going to affect the affordability of the home. And so with home prices starting to retract a little bit, this is just going to amplify and make it less affordable for people to move to Florida. Also, please make sure to like the video and subscribe. That would mean the world to me, but I'd love to hear your comments. This is a very interesting and ever-changing topic. Hopefully it gets better soon.